Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 16. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report where we're going to have a closer look, of course, as always, with the yield nodes, Decenomy coins. We're going to see the development, what has happened here. We also mentioned last week, we were talking about Elevate Pass and the new addition that's going to help Elevate Pass in the future, abundant staking, exactly how that is going. And then on top, of course, we also have some news on the Trillando platform itself. There's weekly news updates, and we're going to take you through that. And we have a slowdown in the profit retriever. Yes, you heard me right. It has been another bad week, so we are still in plus. That's not the issue, but obviously we're still in a lot of drawdown. We're going to have a closer look at it. And that has also led us to most probably do another series to help some of the traders out in regards to how exactly you can avoid some of these heavy drawdowns, or at least try and accommodate some of it. All of this is obviously going to be covered in this week's news report, so let's get started. Let's get started here with yield nodes. And no, you didn't get the 5% for the week. Don't forget, this is only quarterly profit now, 5% every single quarter. The next one you will get here will be end of quarter two, so basically in July, 1st or 2nd of July. You should have that within your account, and no, we can still not take it out. Nothing has changed in there. But we have made a bit of a video on all of this and what is to come, the roadmap ahead. And this is the video that we definitely suggest that you have a look at if you want to know more about yield nodes and how the development is going. Obviously here, we wanted to have a bit of an update, especially from Urs, since we are in Malta, where the company also is located. But we simply haven't been able to get in touch with him to hear exactly when all this NFT and the other things are coming through. So we simply have to wait and see. We will try and go to the hub sometime next week and see if we can at least get some of them just talking to us and see exactly where we are, if we still are on schedule, because it has been extremely quiet in the last couple of weeks and months since Steve's last video email. And then on top of this, we have the Decenomy coins, Sapphire coin. If we have a look at the iHost MN site here, we can see that there's not much difference. Return on the investment per year is basically down about 1%, so not a big difference. For the week, we have made 2.4%, and now overall up 151.4%. That is obviously good. But what really matters is the overall coin development, and that has gone back into a bit of a negative mode. So we lost about minus 6% this particular week. Obviously not the best development at all. Now we can still see a slightly sort of upgoing graph, very, very small. Definitely minute changes here. And basically it's not going to basically break out tomorrow. We certainly don't think so. We still have a long way to go, but one of the first things where things could start moving, definitely on the SAPP coin, could be when we know exactly how this NFT is going to play out. If we have a look at PNY, this has been very stable, and as I mentioned quite a few times before, flat as a pancake, the graph itself. But if we have a quick look at the iHost MN site here also, we can see that the return on the investment is down. Last week it was 81% per year. Now it's down to 72. Shared masternoding overall, we did about 9%, and some of the best ones we've only done 10%. And in the past, when everything was hunky-dory here, it was about 20%. Overall coin development pretty much leveling out, still minus 91%, so nothing good to write home about at the moment. As we said, the graph is pretty much flat on the curve here and has been now for quite a few months. We don't expect anything to change here either. Now, Birake, that one we have seen some good movements, and obviously there has been some retracements and some forward steps here. If we have a look at the return on the investment per year, it is last week 185%, and then it's dropped down to what it was the week before here now again, so 153%, which is still good overall. Definitely will take more than 100% and per year. If we have a look at the shared masternoding, that basically means that we are up by 10% for that particular week. So that is a very good development. Overall coin development here has also moved forward, and we are basically up by 4% for the week. So this is the only coin at the moment where we're actually seeing some positive overall coin development. The graph itself looks like this. As we see a couple of months back here, it actually hit the lows back in end of January, beginning of February. Since then, it has been working its way slowly but surely upwards again, and you can see that on the graph itself. Now, Bitcoin also had a bit of a turmoil week here. We saw it going into 30,000, and basically also this week it ended up over the weekend here at 31,000. So this is the highest we have seen this all year round. And since then, it has slowly but surely declined again. And just a few days before this video was made, another drop has taken the Bitcoin down to 28,900, where it's currently trading slightly sideways, and we'll obviously have to see how that's going to develop. Now, I mentioned earlier on Elevate Pass and the CEO for this, and there's no change in the weekly payouts. It is still 0%. But what is supposed to change all of this is the video that I sent out last week here regarding Elevate Pass, and added a new member, which is the abundant staking that I have talked about a few times before. And this is USDT staking, so up to 7.5% per 2 weeks and minimum of 2.5%. There is a lot more information in the video that you just saw before. And if you are already an Elevate Pass member, you can go in and click in on your login on your platform itself, click on the opportunities here, and then you have two buttons as you see, learn more and how to start it up. And you also have a couple of Telegram apps that will help support you with other people that are already in there. Now, a quick look at the BNB also to see how that has developed, and that is fairly similar to what we saw on Bitcoin. We left that one at about 318 last week. Since then, it was moving up. And in the early week, we saw that also coming up to $350. Since then, it has dropped down a bit again, but we are still on a high 325, which is definitely not too bad. Now, when we come to Trillant this particular week, we don't have too much information, but we have some information regarding Trillando itself. And that has basically something to do with the payment system within there. Don't forget that you are staking Tree, and you're also getting Trill out, and you can basically use that to go and buy laptops, cars, eventually normal stuff within the online shopping. And a bit of information they have here this week is we want to draw your attention to some important information regarding the use of the POS payment links. These payment links allow you to quickly and efficiently process your purchases from the Trillando partners. This is part of a development already. Don't forget, there is more than 1,100 partners at the moment in there worldwide, and more is coming pretty much every single day. On top of this, they write also here, when you receive a payment link from one of our shopping partners, the amount due is automatically generated in the field provided. Basically, you will have the numbers already set up for it. It is important not to change this amount manually, as this may cause problems with shipping and processing your orders. Unfortunately, there has been some incidents where a customer has accidentally transferred 25,000 Trill when using a payment link for 25 Trill, or vice versa. To prevent such errors, please check the displayed amount carefully before completing the payment. So obviously, this is a bit of a nuisance if you have made something incorrectly in here. So just make sure that when you are buying items, make sure that the numbers are correct. If you find that you have accidentally transferred incorrect amounts, please contact your customer service team immediately. We will do our best to solve the problems as soon as possible and help you correct the payment. So we hope that is clear. So just be careful, as you always should be when you buy anything online. Now, also this particular week, or over the weekend here, we had the Trillant CEO live raffle, and that took place on the 19th of March. And that was live again here. You can still find it also on the YouTube channel itself. And there is about 40 happy campers here that has won different prizes, and these are the prizes. So first prize is 30,000 Trill. second 18,000, and third is 12. And then it goes all the way down to 1,000 trill up to 40 prices. And also in this particular video here, the CEO mentioned that there will be some changes to the raffle in the future. Most probably there will be more winners. There might be different prices in the future. They are trying to make this an active way so that the members feel that they're actually getting something back also. And don't forget that when you are within the Trillant platform, it has obviously a link together with the Trillando. It has obviously a link together with the raffle, but at the end of the day, it's all about the staking itself. And the staking again comes down to the 3 packs here, where you can do this both long-term and short-term, where the short-term is 4, 9, and 26 weeks. And you can see the percentage here that you get back for those individual weeks. As I always mentioned, we are actually going for the 52 weeks. We have, I believe, 4 packages, if I remember correct, and they are all producing 50%, and that is spread out over the 52 weeks. And that you can also go in if the coin price goes up beyond what you have had before, and you can actually earn even more. And that's why we always have the coin prices in here. So for the tree itself, you can see in the last weeks, we saw some basically increase, a couple of 100%. This particular week, we can see that it has gone down by about 20%. And last week, it was at 0.0008785. And this particular week, it's down at 0.0006693. A slow decline. It hasn't really followed Bitcoin, BNB, or any of the other graphs that you have seen here so far. But hopefully it will slowly but surely rise again. CoinStore also very similar results that we ended up with here. Again, 0.0008497 is what we had last week. And again, we have dropped about 20% down to 0.0006633. So not the best development overall. We still see quite a lot of spikes, especially on the sell side. You can see there's basically 3 big spikes. The last one all the way over to the end is actually already from last week. And the top selling was up to 220 million. Now let's go over to some of our robots. Let's go to the money tree. And for once on the money tree, it is actually positive results on both brokers. We have seen some very mixed results in the last couple of weeks. We saw a heavy loss. So again, on the IG broker, it had this tendency to constantly go and set 2 or 3 trades, only open for 2 or 3 seconds, but it was losing every single time. We haven't seen that in the past week. And as you can see here, a Blaze broker, we only had 2 trades in the entire week. We made $20 on each of them. And that basically correlates to about 0.5%. Not of the $10,000, remember, because we have lost almost 3,000, and currently our balances is around 7,500 on both of these broker accounts. IG broker, we had only 1 trade. So again, there's a big difference in between which broker you're using. It seems to be extremely broker sensitive. So just be aware of this. Now you can find all these details. You can find all the trades. You can find all the information. It is readily available to yourself on both Blaze and the IG, so you can go and have a look exactly how we are trading this particular EA. When we come to the profit retriever, this has always been very good. As you can see, the graph is going up, up, and up, but you can also see the last part here, it is flattening out a bit, and definitely in the last couple of weeks, it has been less fun than normal to have the profit retriever on, because we see a lot of heavy drawdowns at the moment. It is cashing in, and a lot of the EAs are still producing, but obviously, especially on the metal and indexes, we have seen some heavy drawdowns, and that also leads us to a couple of videos that we want to share with you in the future, how to at least try and dampen some of the drawdowns itself. But as you can see here, we are 399 days in with our portfolio. So obviously this has been over a long period of time. The weekly profits are still 2.5% on all of the ones we have, and monthly returns is just over 11%. So it's still very good numbers. And what we have to take out of this is always the stability of the EA itself. Not necessarily if you get rich tomorrow or if it's going to be next year. It is simply of making sure that we always have good positive results. And as you can see here, 4,355 is still a positive result. Definitely not the results that we are used to at the moment, but we are seeing some recovery going on at the moment, and hopefully that will continue in the next couple of weeks. And obviously we will be there to report all this for you. Now also you can see the same numbers are down when we look at the top 5 EAs for week 15. The FTSE 100 index, $510. This is actually the first time that that index is in the top 5, and then it actually ends up in the top of the top 5 with 5.1%. We also have a couple of US 30. One is in drawdown. This one here is doing quite well, $431, 4.3% for the week. Aussie USD is also doing extremely well, even though, again, $214 is not much for the week, but it is 2.1%, and we definitely take it. British pounds USD, number 2 here, also doing well with 212 or 2.1%. New Zealand USD, $123, 1.2% overall. Very low numbers for the top 5 EAs, only $1,489 or 3.0%. But still, it is coming in. It is coming in every single week. And that's what we also have our new series here. We are on top of the top 5 that you have in here for the week. We are actually also the top 10 results going 4 weeks back. So this is a continuous review, and the little number 15 down here says basically the week itself that we are reviewing it. And you can also see the profit that was made for those top 10 results. It's 11,000, which is definitely not bad. And this is a new video series basically to try and help you understand which is the best to go in when you are looking at copy trading signals that you can get through Expert Forex. And obviously we have a lot more about that on our website itself, the copy link trading. You can click on that and it will take you over where we will show you exactly how you can do this, so you don't have to buy the robot yourself. You don't have to sit for hours and hours and do development of set files. But if you're a nerd and if you have the time and you want to do the effort, then the Profit Retriever trading icon is the one that you should click on the other side here. And then that will also help you try and trade your own. We have plenty of videos of how we do it, how we set it up, how we find decent set files that are stable over time. If we have a quick look also here at Expert Forex's page, there is very few in this particular week on the page 1, and the page 1 is normally where you have the risk analysis information, where you have low drawdowns and where you actually have some good profits. And the ones in yellow is some of ours. You can see there's a very short list of only 19 overall at the moment. So that means that it's not only our links that are basically introduced with drawdown, basically also Expert Forex, which has about 50 in there from what we saw from one of Alex's recent videos here. He is also struggling at the moment, and that means that there has been a shift in the market. That actually happened now some weeks ago here, and the Profit Retriever, on some of them it caught it up, on other ones it didn't, and we just have to wait and see how the development is going to go for the next couple of weeks. Now, I also mentioned a couple of times, and I know I get a lot of questions on the spaghetti trader. A lot of people are interested in when it's coming, and every single time I have managed to get a hold of Alex, he says it's still pending. It is coming very, very shortly. And obviously I have relayed that also to all of you that are following my videos here and sending me emails on it, and exactly how it's going to come out, what are the things are going to be changed on it. And to be honest, we really don't know at the moment. We simply just have to wait and see what Alex comes up with. We know that he has some medical procedures he has to go through here over the next couple of weeks, and we wish him all the best, of course. We hope he's going to be back shortly, starting sending videos out again, and obviously also trying to release the spaghetti trader. And we know there's also something in the mix when it comes to the Profit Retriever itself, a couple of new adjustments, a couple of settings that we can play around with. And obviously we would like to see exactly where that is going. We would like to try and play around with that too once it's available to us. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. As always, I hope this was very informative for you, and I wish you a good weekend. Hope to see you on my next videos. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like, And add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.